Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about a huge shakeup happening right now in the world of AI. You see, this whole idea of building one giant, all-powerful AI brain, well, that era is coming to an end, and what's replacing it is something way smarter and a whole lot more efficient. For the last couple of years, the big dream for generative AI was pretty simple, right? Just one single, all-powerful model that could do absolutely anything you asked it to. But here's the thing. When companies actually tried to build real products on that idea, that dream started to run into some serious real-world problems. Yeah, this is what everyone's been calling the monolithic approach, and it totally dominated the industry. The thinking was you take one massive model, something like a GPT-4, and that's your whole engine. You just, wrap a nice user interface around it, and boom, you've got a product. Simple as that. But okay, let's really get into this, because what companies are discovering is that this one-size-fits-all approach, it's not just a little inefficient. For serious enterprise-grade applications, it's turning out to be economically, operationally, and technically just unsustainable. I mean, it's deeply flawed. Okay, so first up, let's really break down this myth of the one all-powerful AI. We need to understand exactly why the entire industry is pivoting away from it so fast. This slide, it really captures the whole story we're talking about today. On one side, you have the past, the monolithic era, which was all about one giant model. People kind of treated AI like it was magic. But now we're moving into the compound era. This is the future. It's not about magic anymore. It's about engineering. We're not looking for a jack of all trades. We're building a whole team of specialists. So the biggest reason the monolith is failing, well, there's a name for it, the generalist's tax. Think of it like a hidden price you're forced to pay for using one giant general-purpose model for every single task. And this tax really breaks down into three huge problems. Okay, problem number one, a giant model is just ridiculously overqualified for probably 90% of the simple stuff you ask it to do. It's like hiring a rocket scientist to do your filing. I mean, using a powerhouse like GPT-4 just to figure out if an email is spam or to pull a single date from an invoice, it's massive overkill. And that overkill has a real consequence right here. We're talking 10 to 30 times more expensive. Using that giant model for a simple task can cost you 10 to 30 times more than just using a small, specialized one. Now, for any company trying to operate at scale, that cost difference isn't just a minor issue, it can literally kill your entire business model. So let's be super clear. It's not just about the cost. These monoliths are also slow, like 5, 10, sometimes over 30 seconds for a single response. In today's world, that's a total death sentence for user experience. And then there's governance. In industries like finance or healthcare, you can't have a black box. But that's what these models are. They're almost impossible to control, secure, or audit, which is a huge liability. Okay, so that's the problem. Let's talk about the solution. And it's a completely new way of thinking about AI. We're moving beyond just a single model and into building an entire engineered system. And the industry is already moving to this new standard. It's called a compound AI system, or CAS for short. The idea is simple. Instead of one model doing all the work, a CAS uses a whole toolkit of different pieces. We're talking multiple models of all different sizes, plus databases and other tools, and they all work together in a smart, coordinated way. If you've been in software development for a while, this is going to sound really familiar. This whole shift from monolithic AI to compound AI, it's almost exactly like the move from big, clunky, monolithic software to microservices that happened over the last decade. It's the same exact playbook. Break down one giant thing into a bunch of small, specialized, and way more efficient parts. So what does one of these compound systems, these AI stacks, actually look like? Let's pop the hood and see how it all works. Okay, so it all starts with a smart traffic controller. We call it an AI gateway. So instead of every single request going straight to that one big, expensive model, it first hits this intelligent router. You can really think of it as the air traffic control for the whole system. And one of the most popular patterns here is called Frugal GPT. It's brilliant. The gateway uses a tiny, super fast model to do a quick triage on any request that comes in. Is it easy? Okay, send it to the cheap, fast model. Is it hard? Okay, only then does it get routed to the expensive, powerful one. This simple little cascade can slash costs by up to 90%. It's a game changer. And, of course, it's not just one simple pattern. Routing is a whole field in itself. You have all these different sophisticated strategies for directing that AI traffic. You've got the Fruggle GPT cascade we just talked about, but also more advanced stuff like predictive routers that actually learn and get better over time. And as you can see, each one has its own trade-offs between cost, speed, and accuracy. And then you get to the models themselves. The model layer is no longer one single employee. Think of it as a whole digital workforce. You've got your small language models, these SLMs that are ultra fast for real-time stuff. Then you've got your domain-specific experts, models trained just on law or just on medicine. And then you have what are called agentic swarms, basically entire teams of AIs that work together, collaborating to solve really complex problems that no single model ever could. All right, let's zoom out for a second and really think about the big takeaway here. What does this massive shift from magic to engineering, from a single model to a whole system, what does it really mean for the future of AI? This chart just says it all. In the old monolithic era, you could say that maybe 80% of the value of your AI app came from the raw power of the model. But in the compound era we're entering now, that whole equation is flipping on its head. The model's power is now maybe 20% of the value. The other 80%? That's coming from the smarts of the system architecture, how you wire everything together. So here's the bottom line. Having the biggest, baddest model is not the goal anymore. The models themselves are becoming a commodity, just like electricity from the wall or computing power from the cloud. The real competitive advantage, the thing that will make or break a company, is the architecture. It's about who can build the smartest system to orchestrate all those commodity parts. And this quote really just nails it. It perfectly sums up the new reality we're in. The winner will not be the company with the biggest model, but the company with the smartest flow. And that leaves us with one final, really important thought. AI is no longer just a model you use. It's a system you have to build. So as AI moves from this thing that feels like magic to this complex field of engineering, the big question is, are you going to be an architect or are you just going to be a user? Because all the biggest opportunities are going to go to the builders.